Next on Sisterhood of the Second Act.
Women all over the country are joining together to make an impact on their communities. 100 plus Women Who Care pools the collective resources of its members to help fund worthy nonprofits. Linda Strzok is here to tell us how the group is impacting Lake area charities. Becky Bolenski has helped expand a centuries-old family farm from dairy and cattle into one that also raises alpacas. The alpaca herd in the United States is growing as more and more people are discovering the pleasant personalities of these animals as well as their highly desirable fiber. We'll meet both of these women on this edition of Sisterhood of the Second Act.
Sisterhood of the Second Act is brought to you by Step out the door with confidence, ready to conquer the day. Whether you are going to the cafe down the street or headed into work, you know you will always look your best in Cabby Styles. Your stylist, Darlene Marshall, will help you pick the styles that make you sparkle. And Cabby has styles for all body types. Call Darlene at 540-330-6819, 540-330-6819, and follow her on Instagram at Dapper Darlin.
I'm gonna be an oak tree.
I think I'll be a dogwood tree.
My kids said they'd be looking for a thorny tree for me.
With Evergreen, you can be a tree. Our biodegradable urn combines your ashes, natural soil additives, and a native tree of your choice. Be a tree and grow for tomorrow.
I want to be a tree.
Learn more at evergreenmemorialtrust.com.
Buy local this holiday season and get unique gifts on time. Start your holiday shopping at the New Moon Network store for original artwork by the Virginia artists featured on the Sisterhood of the Second Act set. You will also find Sisterhood merchandise there. Stop by the Earthworks Artworks Gallery at 228 South Pollard Street in Vinton, Virginia, or shop online at newmoonnetwork.com and have it delivered to you. Your purchase supports Virginia artists and local programming by the New Moon Network. There's more inside the hemp mill than CBD products. There's a community. Stop in for Friday's Coffee Talk to enjoy free hemp coffee and treats. Patent-pending products made from hemp for anxiety, pain relief, and organic healthy eating. Cannabinoid products you can trust because the hemp is locally grown, processed, and formulated by us with patent-pending formulations. That includes our Pet Calm and dog biscuits. The Hemp Mill, women-owned and operated with nutritional offerings, local cards, gifts, jewelry, and trending fashions made by women-owned businesses. TheHempMill.net. Now from the Fox Radio Roanoke studio, here's Kathy Heberle.
Welcome to Sisterhood of the Second Act. I'm Kathy Heberle. 100 plus Women Who Care is a group of women who gather several times a year to make a donation of $100 each. These individual gifts are combined, becoming a powerful force for good work in communities across the country. Linda Strzok is a member of the Smith Mountain Lake chapter of 100 Women Who Care. She joins us now to tell us how the community is affected and impacted. So, Linda, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to learn about this wonderful organization. And my first question is for you is when did the Smith Mountain Lake chapter begin?
We launched in 2016, so we are just beginning our 5th year.
Very good. And how many women are in the group?
We have over 150 women right now.
Is there a limit? I mean, I know by the name it sounds like just 100 women plus.
There is no limit, and the more members we have, the greater the impact we can make. So we are always welcoming new members.
That sounds wonderful. And how do you get the word out about your organization?
Well, you're helping right now.
Okay.
We have gotten some local print publicity, but mostly, to tell you the truth, it's by word of mouth. It's a very simple concept, and members are eager to spread the word and often bring a friend to a meeting.
Okay, so that sounds like a great way to get involved. Is there another way besides knowing somebody? Do you announce, and how do you advertise when your meetings are?
There are announcements in the local newspapers.
Okay.
We have a Facebook page, and our rack cards with information and a registration membership commitment card are sprinkled around the community in public gathering spaces. So people
That's a
might
great
pick
idea.
that up.
Yes. We are talking with Linda Strzok of 100 Plus Women Who Care. I've never heard of that, unfortunately. I wish I would have heard of it sooner. So Smith Mountain Lake chapter, but you said what territory do you cover? And so for women to join.
We make an impact on our community by supporting charities or nonprofits that help people in the 3 counties immediately around the lake.
Okay.
Those are Bedford County, Franklin County, and Pittsylvania County.
Very good. And explain to us how it works and what do women have to do to join?
Sure. We meet 3 times a year, and as a member, you're eligible to nominate a charity. We take nominations at each meeting, literally pick 3 out of a hat. Those 3 nominating members then have 5 minutes to talk about their charity. And we specifically don't allow executive directors or professional PowerPoints in the presentations. We want members to speak from the heart. After we hear the 3 presentations and ask questions, we vote.
Okay.
Right after that, the selection is announced after the votes are tabulated, and we all write a $100 check directly to the charity. So our chapter does not handle any money on its own. And it's instant gratification, but also instant impact. In a lot of cases, the charity doesn't even know that they've been nominated. And all of our checks are combined, as you mentioned, so we're able to grant over $15,000 each time we meet, and that is a real gift to that charity.
I can't even imagine what it is. So you mentioned you meet 3 times a year, and then what you do at the meeting is do you do anything besides just get together just to nominate people? Like, is the meeting a little bit longer? Do you talk about some of the things you've done? How does that work?
That's a good question. We do try to be respectful of our members' time.
Okay.
So we have the first 20 minutes or so is purely social, but we have committed to 1 hour, $100, 100 plus women, and that's kind of our, one of our mottos. We do invite a past recipient to come and speak at our gathering so that we know how our money was spent.
I love that idea. I think plus it gives them a chance to thank the organization. Correct. As well as to probably promote it to other people. So that's all the way around. It sounds like a really well organized company or group, however you do it. And we are talking with Linda Strzok, who is a member. Are you all just members? Is there no?
We have a steering committee,
titles?
So I'm on the steering committee
Okay.
and as a co-founder. But it is a grassroots organization,
Okay.
so everybody has a voice.
Called 100 Plus Women Who Care. And I think another question that people are going to ask, you kind of touched on, but maybe you could give us a little bit more detail of how you choose the nonprofits and if they are vetted or not.
They are vetted. The first step is for each member to make sure that a charity qualifies. We have basic criteria. They must be a 501c3 organization. They must serve people in our 3 counties. They must not be politically affiliated, simple things like that. And then after the selection is made, a steering committee digs a little bit deeper.
Okay.
But that's basically it. It's a very simple yet impactful model.
I love that. What Lake area nonprofits has 100 Women supported recently?
We have really supported a wide variety, those that help children, that help the elderly, that provide for immediate needs as well as more long-term, life-changing programs. Runs from the weekend food backpack program Solutions that Empower People, Southern Virginia Child Advocacy Center, Habitat for Humanity of Franklin County. We have a dozen and a half charities now that we have supported, and they're all exceptional.
Oh my goodness, that sounds so amazing. We're talking with Linda Strzok of 100 Plus Women Who Care. And then you have all reached your organization a donation milestone. How much has the group donated to area charities?
We've donated over $200,000 so far.
Oh my goodness, that is very incredible. You've only been together since 2016?
Correct.
That is an impact for our community. So did the pandemic impact the group's ability to give?
Actually, no. We just moved online, and our members all honored their commitment. We have actually had more nominations and a greater voter turnout during the pandemic. We've done everything via email, taken nominations, distributed written narratives for our members to read and then vote. And then the checks are mailed in, and it's been beautiful. Because needs have increased during the pandemic.
That's what I think we're all aware of that. So the fact that you didn't just use that as a reason to just, kind of sit back, I think is
it's a testament to our members.
It is. It truly is. And what is it like to be part of a group that is making such a big difference?
Oh, I love it. I've been involved with women's philanthropy for 17 years. I was part of another giving circle in Northern Virginia that was highly organized and formal, but I love this model. 100 Women Who Care has been really a big passion of mine.
I'm so excited to hear more about it. And if somebody wanted to start a 100 Women Who Care chapter in their community, what should they do?
Well, there is an alliance. There are over 600 chapters in North America. So if you wanted to start a chapter, there is a website, 100whocarealliance.org, and all the information is there. You can also search to see if there's already an established chapter in your neighborhood.
Linda, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank
and
you
for
for
hearing
having
about
me.
your wonderful organization. And we will have 100 Women Who Care's contact information in our show notes on our website at sisterhoodofthesecondAct.com. And when we come back, we are going to meet a woman who is running a local farm for her 5th generation and raising some very interesting livestock. Stay with us. We'll be back soon.
Buy local this holiday season and get unique gifts on time. Start your holiday shopping at the New Moon Network store for original artwork by the Virginia artists featured on the Sisterhood of the Second Act set. You will also find Sisterhood merchandise there. Stop by the Earthworks Artworks Gallery at 228 South Pollard Street in Vinton, Virginia, or shop online at newmoonnetwork.com and have it delivered to you. Your purchase supports Virginia artists and local programming by the New Moon Network. There's more inside the hemp mill than CBD products. There's a community. Stop in for Friday's coffee talk to enjoy free hemp coffee and treats. Patent pending products made from hemp for anxiety, pain relief, and organic healthy eating. Cannabinoid products you can trust because the hemp is locally grown, processed, and formulated by us with patent pending formulations. That includes our Pet Calm and dog biscuits. The Hemp Mill, women owned and operated with nutritional offerings, local cards, gifts, jewelry, and trending fashions made by women-owned businesses. TheHempMill.net.
I'm gonna be an oak tree.
I think I'll be a dogwood tree.
My kids said they be looking for a thorny tree for me.
With Evergreen, you can be a tree. Our biodegradable urn combines your ashes, natural soil additives, and a native tree of your choice. Be a tree and grow for tomorrow.
I want to be a tree.
Learn more at evergreenmemorialtrust.com.
There's more Sisterhood of the Second Act coming up after this.
Come on, you watch the news. Be prepared to pay more taxes. Then if you owe back taxes or haven't filed in a few years, get ready. The IRS, the largest collection agency in the world, will be coming after you with the power to collect taxes by any means they want to. Hey, they can freeze your bank account, your passport, even padlock your business. Oh, good times. Look, if the IRS claims you owe them $5,000 or more in back taxes and they're coming after you, don't panic. Call my friends at Get a Tax Lawyer first. Their job is to negotiate with the IRS and save you money. They're experts at it. That's all they do, and you can trust them. In some cases, they have reduced a $50,000 tax bill to less than $1,000. If you owe the IRS $5,000 or more in back taxes, call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-654-9116, 800-654-9116, 800-654-9116. That's 800-654-9116.
Step out the door with confidence, ready to conquer the day. Whether you are going to the cafe down the street or headed into work, you know you will always look your best in Cabby Styles. Your stylist, Darlene Marshall, will help you pick the styles that make you sparkle. And Cabby has styles for all body types. Call Darlene at 540-330-6819, 540-330-6819, and follow her on Instagram at Dapper Darlin. Once again from the Fox Radio Roanoke studio, here's Kathy Heberle.
Welcome back to Sisterhood of the Second Act. I'm Kathy Heberle. Becky Bolenski lives on a fifth-generation farm. Now, part of the farm is being used to raise alpaca. The family uses the alpaca fiber to make wonderful clothes. Becky is the co-owner of Acres Alpaca Farm. Thank you for being here, Becky.
It is my pleasure to be here, and thank you so much for having me.
Oh, that's my pleasure. So tell us a little bit, what is the history of your farm?
The history of the farm is, it was started around 1830. We found some of the original deeds by my great-great-grandfather. It was a livestock, crop, tobacco, dairy farm. When I was growing up, we milked cows twice a day. We raised hay to feed the livestock. We raised pigs, sheep, cattle, horses. So my grandparents and even my parents would be really surprised to see these long-necked, fuzzy creatures ambling across the pasture land, but I think they would be pleased.
Well, what led you to adding alpacas to the farm?
Since we're the fifth generation, and as if you keep up with what's going on in our country, the family farm is rapidly disappearing. It is being gobbled up by subdivisions, sold, and when we made this commitment to try to keep this farm viable for the sixth and the seventh and on generations, we needed to find something different than just a cow, just a crop. You can't hug a cow. You can hug an alpaca. Alpacas are fun for my children and grandchildren, and now they enjoy coming back to the farm. In fact, they want to be there.
Well, and I hear that your alpacas are award winners. What does that mean?
When we started in the business in 2011, we thought that our business was going to be more of breeding and selling. So we enter the show ring often with our animals. We have lots of ribbons, lots of blue ribbons, lots of banners from our animals. But as time went on, we became in love with alpaca fiber because it is soft, it's hypoallergenic, it doesn't itch. It wicks moisture. It doesn't hold an odor. I mean, it's just an amazing fiber. And as we fell in love with it more and more, we wanted to share that because most people are not aware of alpaca fiber and all of the wonderful characteristics.
I think that sounds wonderful. I know from personal experience because I have so many alpaca products that I love. We are talking with Becky Bolenski, co-owner of Acres Alpaca Farm. And To that line, tell us about some of the personality traits of your alpacas.
Oh boy, do they have personality traits. We have some that are loving and docile and they want to interact with humans. We have some that are standoffish and they kind of look at you and dare you to come near. We have some that want to play. And we have some that want to be frisky. So you learn the characteristics and you learn how to introduce them to groups. Now, before the pandemic hit, we generally had around 300 school children every year on that farm for field trips. And so we knew where to take them. We knew what animals to let them feed. We even had alpacas that liked to eat carrots, and the children loved to feed them little slivers of carrots. So you learn.
That sounds really, really nice. So it's like they each have their own personality.
They do.
They do. I like that. And how often are they sheared?
We shear once a year.
Okay.
Usually, I try to shear around the 1st of May. Okay. Each animal will be carrying around 8 to 10 pounds of fiber on them at that point.
Wow.
So it would be like having a giant fur coat. And you can imagine as the weather gets warm, they become uncomfortable. So we shear, and then they are so frisky. They just leap and jump in the field because they shed that heavy winter coat.
Yes. And is it hard to turn the fiber into clothing?
It is a process.
Okay.
We shear and then we grade it. Bad black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, yes, sir. 3 bags full.
Yes.
We get 3 grades of fiber off of each animal. We get a prime fiber off of their saddle area. Okay. That goes for my yarn and my fine goods. We get a secondary off of their upper legs and neck, and that goes for socks and other things that might not be up against your face.
Okay.
And then the 3rd grade fiber we can use for mulch. We make bird nesting balls out of it. We can use it for
dryer balls.
Dryer balls. Yes, I mean we try to use every part of the animal, even their waste products, because they have 3 stomachs. What they eliminate is compost. It's already composted.
Oh my
so
goodness.
It can go straight onto your garden, onto your vegetables, onto your flowers without burning. And it's very high in the good stuff. So
are they vegetarians?
They eat just grass and hay.
Wonderful. So that would be good for compost. Mm-hmm. And then what types of products do you sell?
We have a large variety of products. The vest that I'm wearing today,
which is beautiful, by the way. It's fully designed. It's got a gorgeous design.
We have some really fine boutique quality goods that we enjoy sharing with people, particularly people that may not have access to something like this in the local markets. Then we produce a lot of socks and gloves and hats and headbands and dryer balls and scarves and cute little furry animals that the children love. And our products are in a couple of local places. Explore Park has our products. Now Then and Again in Salem has our products. And then we have them in several places in the southwestern part of the state also.
Oh, I think that's wonderful. We were talking with Becky Bolenski. She's co-owner of Acres Alpaca Farm. And then I have a question that's in the back of my mind. How did people know that the alpacas would do well in our climate? Because where are they from originally?
They're actually from South America, from Peru, Bolivia, and Chile. Okay. Raised in the high Andes Mountains.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So you bring them to Virginia.
We bring them to Virginia, and I guess because we're in the mountains of Southwest Virginia, and our pasture is very hilly, and where they like to hang out is the very top of the pasture. When they leave the barn, they make their way to the very top of the pasture, and we think that's just interesting because they were mountain climbers.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And they seem to do well here then,
They do, because we keep them comfortable and sheared. We run fans in the summer when it gets warm, but in the winter they love it. They roll in the snow. They're very happy in the cold weather.
Well, I have a question again about the products. Why is alpaca wool becoming so popular?
A lot of reasons. I think people are finding those characteristics that I mentioned before,
yes.
but also it's sustainable. I mean, every year we grow that much fiber out of my herd of 18. You can imagine that much fiber, 180 pounds of fiber coming in every year.
Yes.
And so I think people like that. They also like it because it's local.
That sounds great.
And it's natural. It's good for the environment.
I like that too. What special events do you do on the farm?
Well, before the pandemic, we opened our farm every year to the public and had apple butter making and gospel singing and tours.
Yes.
And that has kind of shifted now. And now we're open by appointment. And our contact information will give you instructions on how to make an appointment. It's a great place to come to because we are in the middle of the sticks, the boonies, if you will. So there's not a lot of human contact, but a lot of animal contact.
So obviously the pandemic did change a little bit of the way you operate. And I wondered if the agritourism business can help your farm be more sustainable. Do you work with?
Absolutely,
yes?
absolutely. We work with the tourism industry there in Russell County, and hope to do more of that in time to come. But it's always the trick is the advertising, figuring out how to let people know where we are and when we're open.
Right.
But we're happy to work with people on that.
That sounds great. And what are your plans for the future of Pharaoh Acres Alpaca Farm? I love that name.
Our plans for the future, we are investing a lot of time and energy into that, hoping that the 6th generation and the 7th generation and the 8th, 9th, and 10th will be back on that farm. We'll keep it vibrant and honor that wonderful legacy that we had.
And we're almost done, but briefly, you have residents so that the people actually live on the farm?
We do.
Okay.
When I was growing up, we had farm hands, tenant farmers that worked.
All right.
So they're still there.
Thank you so much for being on our show today, Becky. It's been a real pleasure having you.
Thank you, Kathy, for asking me. It has been so much fun getting to be with you again and getting to share my love of alpacas and my commitment to that family farm.
Thank you so much. And we will have Becky's contact information in our show notes on our website at sisterhoodofthesecondAct.com. Stay with us. We'll be back to wrap up the show after this.
Kathy's wardrobe provided by cabbie stylist Darlene Marshall. See the styles in our show notes at sisterhoodofthesecondAct.com.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-472-8060. 800-472-8060. 800-472-8060. That's 800-472-8060.
Where there is nothing, artists see something. Where there is silence, they hear a melody. Where there is beauty, they create even greater beauty. In a region known for its beautiful mountain surroundings, our vibrant arts community makes the Allegheny Highlands a more colorful place to live and visit. Our passion for the arts is endless, and it's uniquely Allegheny.
See where a grateful nation remembers its heroes, and where Thomas Jefferson came to relax. Where small town charm is just down the road from big outdoor adventures. Find peace and quiet, as well as the sounds of family fun. Destination Bedford is located where the Piedmont Plateau meets the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Where ordinary ends, Bedford begins.
I want to thank Linda Strzok and Becky Bolenski for joining us today. Linda told us about the important work her charities through 100+ Women Who Care are doing for their community. And Becky shared with us that raising alpaca have so many pleasing benefits as well as products and how it can impact the community that we all live in. Thank you for joining us this week, and join us again next week for another edition of Sisterhood of the Second Act.